Look, you're trying to get out in front in this process of shifting to EVs. What advantage does that give you, being kind of out in front of other companies?
It gives us the advantage to continue growing very rapidly, and we see the market, especially the premium segment, moving into electrification. So we are firm believers that the future premium cars will be electric. That will be a growing segment, and we want to be in that growing segment. And that's why we decided we have to move more decisively and faster into electrification.
Does that mean that you get out of countries that don't want all electric vehicles?
No, not necessarily, because we are a small player in the premium segment. And of course, electrification will be slower in some countries. But by 2030, we are still believing that there will be a premium electric share of that market where we will be positioned in. So I don't think we need to exit any markets, but we will focus on the electric customer that will be available everywhere.
Why do you think electric is the way to go? I ask this question genuinely. Everybody at the moment seems to be pointing us in that direction. Government in particular around the world seems to be saying that electric vehicles are the way to go. Are you in any way concerned that governments are mandating a solution rather than mandating an objective, i.e. reducing emissions? European governments in particular don't have a particularly good track record when it comes to powertrains. We all remember what happened with diesel.
Yeah, I agree on that. But we don't feel in any way dictated towards electrification. I think the governments have the right approach. Let's do something about the climate challenge. And really, if you want to participate that from the car industry, then electrification is the right way to go. And then in that way, of course, we are doing that. But more important is we are listening to our customers. Electric cars are very attractive, and there is more and more demand for all electric cars. And thirdly, I believe also this is a way really to strengthen the value base of our brand. It has been safety for many, many years, and we believe that sustainability will be a very natural addition to our brand and increasing our value base, because values will be important for customers and people working for us.
Well, what I did notice, what I think the question with the EVs now becomes is it the only way for cars? For example, hydrogen fuel cells is going to be a lot greener once you can really get green hydrogen. You don't have to mine stuff like cobalt, for example. Also, what we learned in Texas with the deep freeze is that you just can't plug in everything. Are you putting all the eggs in just one basket? And you and the industry, quite frankly.
No, we believe it's absolutely the best solution. I mean, first of all, you have to go out from renewable energy. It could be wind, hydro, or solar, but then you can choose either you charge a battery or you convert it into hydrogen. If you convert it into a hydrogen burning it in a fuel cell, you have a lower total efficiency. So I think the best way of utilizing electric power is to charge a battery and drive electric. So that is our course, our way forward. But of course, it's good with alternative and competition. We are quite sure about the battery electric vehicle as the right solution.
What about the batteries? Where are they going to come from? Is there going to be enough of them? Is the technology advancing fast enough? Do we need to move to solid-state batteries? The whole question around batteries seems to be absolutely pivotal at the moment. And I do wonder where the value is going to lie in this whole process.
That's absolutely, you're right there. I mean, first step is for us, of course, to secure the capacity and the volumes we need. That we have already done. But the next step is, of course, to really secure the production processes, supply chain, and really do that in a good way and sustainable way, compliant way. But then the third step is really to improve the efficiency of batteries. and they will be more efficient, even if we don't go to solid state. I think that's a solution. It will come one day, but it's probably on the other side of 2030 to be open. But there will be continuous development of batteries, and in 5 years from now, they will have a much higher capacity and a lower cost. We're quite convinced about that.
Talking about the workforce that you may have to shift, making EVs is very different than making a gasoline-powered, diesel-powered car. What do you have to do to your workforce?
For us, I would say it's not that big influence. It's more related to the combustion engine, and we already carved out our combustion engine business, including R&D, and we'll bring that into a joint company with Geely. So we can fully concentrate on electric cars. But if you have done that, the people you need to assemble the car, develop them, make them even safer, more comfortable, it will be rather unchanged. So I don't see really a big impact for our employment. It's more for the supplier base for the combustion engine business.
You're also changing your relationship with your dealer network, and that appears to be to get closer to the customer. You want to own that relationship with the customer rather than the dealer network owning that relationship with the customer. How do you think the dealer network is going to react to this? Because there's a lot of value that will be destroyed from their point of view. And what do you see your relationship with the customer being going forward? A lot of data companies obviously use the data from companies, from their customers to get closer to them. Exactly what are you going to be getting from customers in terms of changing this relationship?
First, I think it's you have to express it correctly. I mean, we have no ambition to take over the complete relationship with the customers directly. That would be impossible. But it would also be impossible for our retailer to maintain it as absolutely their prime business, because in the future, we need 3 components to build really strong customer relationship. One is really powerful online tools for online ordering and so on. I think that's something we need to do. We need also strong customer care centers for customer to call in and get assistance or advice. That's something we need to do also centrally. But of course, very important in the future is the partners, the retailers' role to really build the face-to-face relationship with the customer. So we should do this together. So I think you should not express this that we are going to take over that. We will do it together. And if we do that in the right way, we will have a very strong competitive factor, especially there building the loyalty and this high quality service where we definitely need our partners. So this is something we will do together. And I would say if we don't do that in a good way, our customers will turn to other actors who are ready to deliver this service. The online transparency and the clear product offering is something that customers are expecting.
Forgive the repeat question, but I guess I just don't get it. Because if you're going into the direction of online and sort of the idea of fixed vehicle prices, like how do you work with the dealers to make that work for them?
I mean, the customers will look at the offer on our site, volvocars.com. There you will see very transparently real prices, national preset prices, which customers really are expecting to see. You will see the product offering, and you can also order the car if you want to from home. Most customers will probably walk into the showroom and ask for assistance doing that. And once you have ordered the car online, it will of course be delivered to the dealer of your choice. And they will do exactly as today, the handover of the car explaining all features, and they will take care of the service. So I think you shouldn't make this into a very radical change. It's still something we will do with our partners, but we are living up to expectations and requirements from our consumers. They want more transparency. They want to have a much more hassle-free experience getting a car.